Imagine the Earth as a powerful force shaping the destiny of societies. This is the essence of environmental determinism. This theory claims that environmental factors like climate and resources dictate human behavior, culture, and development. On the other hand, picture humans as resourceful beings capable of overcoming environmental limitations. This is the core of possibilism. It argues that while the environment sets constraints, humans have the ingenuity to adapt, modify, and choose their own paths. The debate between environmental determinism and possibilism is not just an academic exercise, it has real-world implications. Understanding how much power the environment holds over us can influence policies, resource management, and our understanding of global inequality. For example, if we believe that tropical climates inherently limit economic growth, we might be less likely to invest in the development of those regions. This essay delves into the origins, proponents, and arguments of both environmental determinism and possibilism. We will explore real-world examples that illustrate each theory and analyze their strengths and weaknesses. Finally, we will strive to synthesize a modern perspective that acknowledges the complex interplay between humans and their environment. This integrated view is crucial for addressing contemporary challenges like climate change and achieving a sustainable future. Environmental determinism, with its emphasis on environmental control, found its champion in the late 19th century with Friedrich Ratzel. A German geographer, Ratzel drew inspiration from Darwinian ideas of natural selection. He argued that just as plants and animals adapt to their environments, so too do human societies. Ratzel believed that climate, in particular, played a major role in shaping human characteristics and societal development. Across the Rhine, a different perspective emerged. Paul Vidal de la Blache, a French geographer, spearheaded the possibilistic movement. Rejecting the rigid constraints of determinism, Vidal argued for human agency. He proposed the concept of possibilism to emphasize the choices available to societies within their environmental contexts. Vidal believed that humans, through their ingenuity and culture, could modify their environments and create diverse paths of development. These two contrasting views laid the foundation for decades of debate within human geography. Ratzel's environmental determinism, with its emphasis on environmental constraints, suggested a certain inevitability in human affairs. Societies, according to this view, were largely products of their environments, their fates predetermined by geography. Vidal's possibilism offered a more optimistic outlook. It emphasized human ingenuity and the potential for societies to overcome environmental limitations and forge their own destinies. At the heart of the debate between environmental determinism and possibilism lies the question of human agency. Determinism views humans as passive products of their environment, shaped by its dictates. Possibilism, conversely, sees humans as active agents, capable of making choices and shaping their surroundings. This fundamental difference in perspective leads to contrasting interpretations of human history, culture, and development. Determinism argues that similar environments lead to similar societies. It suggests that the presence of certain resources, climate conditions, or geographical features will inevitably result in specific cultural practices, economic activities, or even political systems. Possibilists, however, challenge this notion of environmental predestination. They argue that while the environment provides a range of possibilities, it is ultimately human ingenuity and cultural values that determine which path a society chooses to take. To illustrate this clash of perspectives, consider the example of agriculture. A determinist might argue that the development of agriculture was an inevitable consequence of fertile land and favorable climate conditions. They might point to the Fertile Crescent, where agriculture first emerged as evidence of this environmental influence. A possibilist, on the other hand, would emphasize the role of human ingenuity in domesticating plants and animals, developing irrigation techniques, and adapting to different environmental conditions.